In this video, we are going to show you how to enjoy Amsterdam in just 24 hours with a complete itinerary from sunrise to night. This itinerary is perfect for those who are going to have a longer layover at Schiphol Airport, a day trip from a nearby city, or are visiting the city for the first time and have only one day. We are going to show you the smartest route, without wasting time, passing through the must-see places and still leaving time to eat well and watch the sunset over the canals. Amsterdam is a city that fits very well into one day because the historic center is compact and you can do almost everything on foot or by bike. Grab paper and pen, because here we go. Let us start with the logistics and the transportation, which in Amsterdam is a delight. If you are arriving from Schiphol Airport, forget the taxi, which is very expensive. The fastest and cheapest way to get to the center is by the direct train, which leaves from inside the airport itself. Takes less than 20 minutes and drops you right at the central station, costing about $6. Once in the city, the most authentic way to get around is by bike, because Amsterdam is the bike capital of the world, with bike lanes everywhere. Renting one costs between $10 and $15 a day. And if you prefer, the streetcars called trams, the metro, and the buses are excellent, all paid with a very handy rechargeable card, or with 24-hour passes that are well worth it for a full day of sightseeing. Starting the morning, around 8 o'clock, the first stop is one of the most moving visits in all of Europe, the Anne Frank House. We highly recommend arriving right at opening, because the line is huge and the emotion of walking through the secret annex, where the family hid during the war, is something that stays with you forever. But attention, and this tip is the most important of all, the tickets are sold only online and sell out weeks in advance, so buy yours well before the trip. Before going in, it is worth having a quick breakfast at a nearby bakery with a hot coffee and a freshly made stroopwafel, still warm and with the syrup dripping. Set aside about an hour and a half for this very special visit. After this visit, take advantage of the fact that you are already in the heart of the Jordaan, the most charming neighborhood in Amsterdam, and walk without rushing through its alleys. It is a labyrinth of quiet canals, flowered bridges, antique shops, art galleries, and cozy cafes. This is the postcard scenery everyone pictures when they think of the city, with the narrow, crooked little houses reflecting on the water. Cross a few bridges, take your photos, and simply let yourself be carried by the pleasant rhythm of the neighborhood. It costs nothing, and is one of the activities we most enjoyed on all our trips to the city. It is the most authentic and beautiful Amsterdam there is. Around noon, it is time for lunch. The tip is to keep walking or pedaling to the De Pijp neighborhood, the trendy and gastronomic heart of the city. There you find the Albert Kuip Street Market, the largest in the Netherlands, perfect for snacking on a bit of everything while you walk among the stalls. Try the raw herring with onion, a cone of Dutch fries with mayonnaise, or step into one of the many nice restaurants in the neighborhood. You eat very well for a fair price and recharge your energy for the afternoon, all surrounded by a lively and very local atmosphere. With a full belly, the afternoon begins. Around 2 o'clock. Now it is time to dive into art, and Amsterdam is the capital of museums. You have two spectacular options right next to each other on the museum square. The first is the Rijksmuseum, the great national museum, with incredible works by the Dutch masters, like the famous Night Watch by Rembrandt. The second is the Van Gogh Museum, which holds the largest collection in the world of the painter, telling his life story through his brushstrokes. Choose the one that suits you best, or, if you have the energy, take on both. In both, the tip is the same: buy the ticket online in advance to avoid the giant lines. And if you have a little time left after the museums, right next door is the huge Vondel Park, the green lung of Amsterdam. It is the favorite place for locals to relax, with ponds, bridges, vast lawns, and people cycling, running, or simply sunbathing. Rent a bike and take a quiet ride along the tree-lined paths, or just sit on a bench to watch local life go by. It is a perfect break after so much art and so much walking, completely free, and it shows you a more relaxed and everyday side of the city, away from the crowds of tourists. We love ending the afternoon there. Speaking of attractions and tours, in the video description and here in the QR code, we are going to leave the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the biggest tour site in the world, and it has practically everything there. Everything for the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great. And remember that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to put together your entire trip for the lowest price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper: travel SIM card, travel insurance for half the price, tickets for all the attractions, good and cheap hotels we have stayed in, cheap car rental, and the global account. And the links already contain automatic discounts. So save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. As the late afternoon arrives, around 6 o'clock, it is time for one of the most magical moments of the day: the sunset over the canals. And here, our golden tip is to take a canal boat tour, the kind that leaves from the center every few minutes. Seeing the city from the water, gliding under the bridges while the golden sun reflects on the historic little houses, is an unforgettable experience, and around dusk it becomes even more beautiful. If you prefer to stay on dry land, choose one of the most famous bridges, like the Skinny Bridge, which at night lights up with hundreds of little lights and is breathtaking. It is a scene that stays in your memory forever. And here is a tip that few people know. Right before dinner, if you still have some energy, look for one of those traditional bars by the canal. The charming brown cafes with dark walls and a cozy atmosphere to have a cold Dutch beer or a Genever, the local gin. It is the perfect break between late afternoon and night. It costs only the price of a drink, and you also rest your legs after a full day of walking and pedaling. We always do this ritual and never get tired of this atmosphere so typical of the city. When night falls, around 8 o'clock, Amsterdam takes on another life. The tip is to have dinner at a cozy restaurant and try the Indonesian food heritage with the famous Riestafel, that banquet of several seasoned dishes, or order the bitterballen, the crispy fried balls, with a beer. Then just walk through the lit streets of the center, cross the bridges reflected on the water and feel the calm, charming energy of the city at night. The canals become even more beautiful with the lights on, and it is a perfect ending to such a full day. And a golden tip for those in this layover or single-day rhythm. Having internet on your phone helps a lot to use GPS, transport apps, and make reservations. We always buy the SIM card before the trip, receive it at home, and arrive already connected at the destination. It is much cheaper than roaming. A SIM card for 7 days costs on average between $15 and $25. And if your stop in Amsterdam is a layover, here is the tip to use the luggage lockers at Schiphol Airport or at the central station to drop off your bag and move around the city light. Both of these places have this service for a very low price, and that completely changes the comfort of your outing, even more so in a city where you walk and bike so much. And for those who are new here on the channel, a very warm welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you are enjoying it, subscribe here to the channel and like the video, which helps us a lot. To wrap up, 3 final tips to make the most of these 24 hours. First, do not try to do everything. Amsterdam has a lot to offer, but in one day it is better to choose well and enjoy calmly than to rush and not enjoy anything. Second, always stay alert when walking around the city and never walk on the bike lane. Because the bikes rule in Amsterdam, they come fast and do not stop for a distracted pedestrian. Third, always carry a windbreaker and a small umbrella, because the city weather changes very fast and the rain and wind arrive when you least expect them. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.